Do you want to do a podcast? We make a darn good team. It always goes without a hitch. Let's head to Twitch and go start up the stream. Do you want to do a podcast? It's the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Let's start now. Hi everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Come?
All right, I'll do my own bits myself.
Oh wait, no silence.
We're doing it. Get off the road.
Hey Dave.
Hey Boater.
Why does Ganon have a hard time using the internet?
So many inappropriate jokes I could come up with, but why does Ganon have such a problem using the internet?
Too many links.
Zelda!
Hey everyone and welcome to the Nerd Glasses Podcast. I'm Boater.
I'm Dave, man.
Please keep all of those inappropriate responses so that we can share them after Play Live is done. I'd love to hear every single one of them. Hi everybody. We've got a ton of updates with the Caladrius St. Jude fundraising team. We've got some news that we may or may not get to. We've got a ton of stuff. As usual, it's awesome to be back in the studio again every week. I'm not like skipping out again after a token showing last week.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, I'm actually gonna pass things over to you because I looked high and low for a Twitch ban, and I didn't find anything novel.
So here's to the internet for keeping it between the waist belts this week.
They were bans, but they were just uninteresting. So we got better stuff to talk about.
Well,
someone wasn't wearing enough clothes. All right, done. Next, what do we got coming out?
Well, Boater, I've picked out 3 phenomenal games, one of which is very much a Steve Wheelhouse game.
Nice.
Yes?
Do you want your glasses?
No?
Okay.
I just...
You can't not wear the glasses, David!
I haven't been wearing my glasses on stream for a very long time.
I don't care. Here, you take these, I'll take yours. Tell me about games.
As your advisors, I don't advise this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've picked out 3 games that are coming out in the next 7 days that I know I'm excited about, and I want, hopefully you guys share a little bit of excitement. And we, of course, are going to be showing these clips in crisp 18 by 24 carat squared K presentation in Nerd Division!
Sorry, I had to get rid of the upchuck in my mouth that you caused there. Continue.
That first game is, of course, coming out on the 19th for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and the PC, and probably Stadia if it were still alive. Here to Stadia. This, of course, we are discussing Lego 2K Drive.
Nice.
It's a third-person race around Bricklandia. Open world, mini games, and all that classic Lego fun on 4 wheels.
I feel like we talked about this one when it was announced.
Yes.
And we were just super excited for it.
I'm really excited for it. It is, of course, out of budget at the moment for me, but it is not out of budget for Steve, our producer here, to have gotten a call from our local GameStop that his copy was in store for him to pick up.
All right. Story time.
Hold on. Story time. Pre-orders came with a car. I wish I'd known. Okay.
So, Steve, how is your copy of Lego 2K Drive that you were called today about being able to pick up today?
So I got the call at during my shift. It was just before Dave got in at 3:20, 3:30. Hey, your copy's in. Okay, cool. Go over, pre-order my copy of F-123 because that's going to be awesome. Go in and the guy's ringing me out and it wouldn't scan in. Turns out that the Super Deluxe version, that's like the awesomerest version or whatever it's called, comes out today. I got the standard.
Oh, come on. It's a different release date depending on what edition of the game you got.
Oh, yes.
You get it 3 days early.
That is very commonplace nowadays, especially with 2K games. That is a hallmark of their releases. I am very sorry, and I'm very sorry to the Game Store Associate.
I've heard of that with digital releases, but physical is... Ugh.
very sorry to the game store associate that has to deal with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry to you, Steve, that had some confusion. I know you were very excited for it, but please let us know how 2K Drive is when you inevitably get your copy in 3 days.
I hope I get it in 3 days. I'll be very disappointed if I don't.
Shows up, yeah, you didn't come in for it, so we sold it. Son of a...
It's the only PS5 copy that they got in through pre-orders. So
Steve, could you switch the scene? The Lego video didn't loop, and now people are watching an empty Nerd Vision screen, and I'm very afraid that the Temporal Beast and Shadow Dan are going to escape from that hole. But...
everything is awesome. Everything's cool when you're dodging copyright.
Is that the song that's playing over this?
I have no idea.
That would have been really funny if... Alec, don't worry about it. Just know that there is a Shadow Dan, and he lurks behind every blank screen, behind every single unspent dollar in the business, and so many other things.
That is why we have protective eyewear on.
But...
you've never seen physically Dan and Amp in the same room, so...
I have.
I mean...
I have seen physically both Amp and Dan in the same place. And I have seen
you would say that? Give me the tinfoil!
And I have...
You're in on it!
Do you want to discuss the tinfoil story, Boda?
No.
Because we can put the pin in this. Because Conspiracy Baseball is here and has brought some really cool news.
bleeping is not.
Well, we'll talk about that later then. But for now, another game that I do want to give a lot of support to and some blast for is, of course...
I'll let you take those off.
on the 23rd on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5. Monster Menu: The Scavenger's Cookbook. Steve, roll the footage.
Beautiful bean footage.
That beautiful bean footage. This is a game that the title drew my attention, and then reading about the game itself made me think, yes, I do want to play this game. It's from produced by Nippon Ichi Software, who are famous for the Disgaea series. They also publish the Trial series here in the U.S. that a lot of our friends are fans of. But picture this for yourself, Boder. You're in an adventuring party. You are lost in an uncharted cave. You are unsure where you're going. Your party runs low on food.
And your phone is dead. Suddenly, out of the corner of your eye, you spot him, Shia LaBeouf.
No. Better than that.
Okay.
I
doubt it.
It's not a bad motivational speech. No. You're lost in unexplored lands. Desperation starts to strike in. Hunger begins to set upon the party, and you discover the corpse of a dead monster. Desperately, the team takes a vote. You decide to sink in on this terrifying, rotting beast, and you discover it's pretty good. And no one has documented...
it wasn't that rotting.
And you then must document these animals, these creatures in this cave. What do they taste like? Do they go good with relish? You can, like so many others, build your own survival RPG team, and you got to catch them all, you all got to kill them all, and then you got to saute them all, and figure it out for yourself. An A+ in my book from the appearance of it, but it absolutely spoke upon itself. Even funnier that this was one of those games that in the many different calendars, none of them had a link to the game page itself. So I had to search from the title to get the information, and it was so worth it. So worth the extra hurdles to get that information. But that's Monster Menu: The Scavenger's Cookbook.
That sounds amazing.
Coming out on the 23rd. I'm looking forward to it. The last game, of course, is a game near and dear to my heart, and it's coming out on the 23rd as well for Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, the Xbox One, and the Xbox Series X. We are, of course, visiting our friends deep, deep in the future of humanity, in the 40,000th millennium of human history. Many things forgotten, many things learned. You take the bearer of a mighty ultramarine. You are fighting to quell the orc and chaos invasion of a planet from a Doom clone-style shooter using all 40k lore, 40k weapons, 40k enemies, allies, and all sorts of fun. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a game, if you are not a fan of 40k yet, an easy jump-in point, and also a really easy just shooter game that you just make things in front of you, you turn it into paste, and then you walk over that paste to go turn other things into paste. I'm going to play...
I love the graphical look of it. Like
yes.
How it is clearly a modern engine, but the art style, the sprites, the frame rate and such, animation sprites, yeah.
This is Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun. Bolt Gun being one of the weapons used by one of the armies in the game, and famously usually the starting weapon for a lot of Space Marines, the character you play as. Highly recommend checking it out. I know Steve was very curious about this, and I know that I am just overjoyed to see 40k in another even easier to digest form. Because my God, there's a lot of lore and a lot of errata and terminology that makes a lot of the other games very unapproachable for someone who aren't indoctrinated into. Where's my 40k kart racer? Soon, Steve. Soon. We've moved into a Doom clone. That's the next big meta that they haven't done yet.
Yep, there's going to be kart racer, and then there's going to be the board game minigame kind of thing.
There's so many 40k board games, and they are
like the Mario Party style minigame collection, and then eventually there'll be a then there'll be a Souls-like.
That would also be very representative of the tabletop game. To have a Souls-like game, you as an individual are not supposed to make it on the table. It's your general deciding the whole fate. Doom clones are called first-person shooters now.
Well, yes.
Well, this one is directly a Doom clone.
This one definitely goes back to. So I mentioned the art style, but it also looks like it has the Doom style movement, which is stupid fast.
Very, very tanky, but also very...
The levels look very open and mostly two-dimensional, not a whole lot of up and down. It is a very doomy first-person shooter. I think calling it a Doom clone is entirely fair because it's very clearly what they were going for.
Yeah, not a term that I use on this program very lightly. However, Griff Kuba, you are right. That is a label put on so many FPSs. If they have any reference of a big gun, people are like, "Oh my God, it's the BFG."
Well, it definitely. Doom clone is what it was called in the mid '90s. Before there were so many and they had separated from Doom so much. By the time that Half-Life 1 came out, they were just called first-person shooters. But there was definitely a few years where, and it was well-earned when you look at what first-person shooters of the time were.
Yeah.
They were very heavily influenced by Doom, and only with a little bit of separation was it, all right, here's what we can do that can make this its own genre, rather than just ripping off the one game.
Yeah.
Borderlands is the best Doom clone. No. I don't. It doesn't feel very doomy to me.
You're oversimplifying Borderlands.
There is so much to it's
Dude, Icarus.
It's a loot shooter, and Doom has no loot system. There's no color rarity in Doom.
Yeah, but
good.
That's the game. That's Doom. Borderlands has so much more to it. I dare say you are both doing Borderlands a disservice and Doom a disservice by combining them in the same box. Borderlands, a game that does not need to wear the coat of anyone else's because it carries its own excellence and mark of just fun and adventure. Whereas Doom is the take no prisoners, I can play this on my graphing calculator, just shoot.
Yeah. The graphing calculator is overpowered for Doom at this point. I can play it on this Godzilla Mini.
All the games after Doom back to different.
A note for everybody, now that we've gone through those, there is still 5 minutes left to get your prediction in for what we're going to try. And by prediction, I mean vote. We've got Dave's mystery box, my mystery bag, and Steve's mystery tote. All of us have brought some
mystery tote? What happened to the pilk sleeve?
There's a T-Mobile bag over there, but I guess I'll allow tote.
Yuck.
What is? It's like a tote bag.
So there are options there. You've got 5 minutes to choose something. So far, Steve's Mystery Tote is winning, but it's not that big a difference. So your channel points can make the difference and determine what probably awful thing we all try.
Because remember, each of us went, this is terrible. I won't have to eat it alone.
This is terrible, and I don't want anyone to have any warning about what it is.
I don't want them to be able to call their lawyer.
But if Steve's wins, and it's Pilk, I'm leaving, and Steve can co-host from there.
No, the Pilk will co-host.
We'll pour a little bit of Pilk onto something. It will come alive.
I crave violence.
Yeah, the Pilk is violence.
The Pilk. I crave to punch someone in the uvula. Wow, Pilk, that's got really dark really fast. Pilk, we're streaming this for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I have many things to say about this. Steve, cut the stream. Mother, violence. The Rangoons, mother.
Oh, heavens.
Speaking of us having a good time, you know who's having a really record good time these days?
Who's that?
That is all the streamers for St. Jude's Play Live this year. I know we talked about it, but man, are we crushing it?
Oh yeah.
Let me just pull up some fun numbers for you guys. Right quick here's. Thank you, Love Alec, for the lurk, and enjoy bowling. So right now, as of press, St. Jude's Play Live has raised $1,277,359.78. And by the way, Boder and I are members of a particular team called Team Caladrius. We're kind of a big deal because about a quarter of our team went to the Play Live Summit this year. Not a feat repeated by many other teams on Play Live. I'll just say that. I'll put that out there for everyone to chew upon. Team Caladrius is contributing a whopping $3,198.50 of that $1 million. Crushing it as usual. Excellence incarnate. Team Caladrius for the win.
Awesome. Caladrius, last Thursday we passed our original goal of 2,500.
Yeah.
We've set a new goal of 4,000 and already over 3,000. Yeah, it's going to be no sweat and just keep pushing ever upward. Like, I'm so proud of everybody on this team because, like, that number goes up. That number can only go up, and anything you do makes the number go up. And that's what counts. We've got some highlights. I don't know if we'll get to them now, if we're gonna, wait for the prediction to run down and go through tasting something awful and then bring ourselves back up with the clips is probably a good way to go about it. But,
all right.
But I had the Sunday stream that I mentioned that was going to be super busy, and sure enough, I went from 750 to hitting my goal of 1,000. So I hit my personal goal on Sunday. And along the way, someone challenged me to make a delivery in American Truck Simulator driving backwards, and that was amazing. Power Wash with Jen, did a whole bunch of did Raft. It was a great time. There's been just a lot of great streams, and already my schedule is just full of more streams coming up. So
very nice.
Arrives to any soup involved? Always a good question. I don't know. There's a minute left to see whose mystery item we're going to try, whether it's Steve's mystery tote, my mystery bag, or Dave's mystery box. You've got, by the time the stream delay reaches you, probably only about 30 seconds to vote, so make sure that you do that. Soup tote. He was swinging it around. He came in and he was just so it's probably not liquid, but I can't say for
Boder,
sure.
I know you didn't see the Weekend Wednesday this week. Steve can make many different foods into many different forms, into many different things.
I bet.
Soup. What?
There were a few ideas I even missed.
More like Ergonomers with a posture check. Thank you so much.
Drew Nerd redeeming Steve!
Would you like to do it?
I forget the exact call here for
Oh,
the redemption
gladly.
there,
Headphone warning. Steve! Steve!
What?
Oh, good. He's right there.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Steve, posture check, Steve check, everything's good. I believe it's time to thank you for the headphone warning. Take off the headphones and alert your entire household that Steve is present.
Or not present, depending.
Or depending, but fortunately at this moment present. Shall we see which snack won the prediction poll?
Disappointment's immeasurable, and my day's now ruined.
With 52% of the vote, with 15K votes from 2 viewers, we are going to be sampling our fine snackage from Boater's Mystery Bag. Enjoy your channel points. May they ever spend in your favor.
Dave? Steve?
Yes.
When I say the word Frankfurt,
I swear to
You know what
God,
comes
if
to
it's what I
mind?
think it is.
No. No, I don't.
Frankfurt features on this set twice.
Is it the third thing that you got from Five Below?
Oh, is it our friends who made macaroni and cheese gummies and Lunchable gummies?
Who wants some gummy bacon?
God.
Now I'm gonna pretend that I also have gummy bacon in there, but I don't. The fact is that Steve and Boater both got gummy bacon.
Why don't you go ahead? You're standing. Go ahead and show them the bacon. We'll do my we'll open my box because that is the one that they voted on.
Brew Nerd, come by anytime. There is so much Oscar Mayer gummy bacon here.
And of course, it is not just like regular bacon. They have the branded tie-in of Oscar Mayer. Because
Oh, of course.
They had the Lunchables tie-in.
Yep.
They had the Kraft macaroni and cheese tie-in. To recap for anybody, they were disappointing. They didn't taste like what they said they were supposed to taste like.
Yeah, the macaroni and cheese wasn't cheese.
The Lunchable seemed like it had maybe heard of Lunchables before, but that was about it.
I am not interested in sitting in this chair uncomfortably anymore.
That's fine.
Das Stuhlen.
Double bacon.
At least I can have my bag back.
Steve, I'm very disappointed you in not having a bag of pilk.
Maybe next week.
That was amazing that you had also been like, oh, hey.
Also, I know it's bacon, and I know your disappointment was immeasurable, but excellent catch on the language.
Thank you.
These are large strips of gummy.
They look like dog treats.
Why, thank you, sir. Oh, it's only, they only did the white gum.
Oh, they only printed on the one side.
It doesn't smell horrible.
It doesn't, but I feel like the others were deceiving like that too. While we do this, check the pinned comment above for our Play Live campaigns. We are not necessarily eating this because of Play Live, but I'm sure they're going to be questionable enough that it would make sense to do so.
Swing around. Like
Just
a knife.
swing it around to your... Never mind.
It's a children's program.
It's for the kids, Steve. Clean it up.
That's not the worst gummy I've had from Frankfurt. Like, that is a highly qualified statement. It tastes like a fruit gummy.
It's pretty good.
But like a good gummy. This is the best gummy we've had of theirs.
It tastes like a fruit gummy. It's not bacony at all. It actually says fruit flavored gummies. Okay. Do the others?
No.
No.
And it says gummy candy.
Yeah, it does. They both just say artificially flavored, which duh. No, this one actually says fruit flavored gummy. And yeah, these taste fine. So there we go.
Ha! Cool. What's up, Tom? I cannot read that comment out loud, but they have all sorts of product out with bacon flavoring. Everything you can think of is bacon flavored. Everything, even that. And
except that these aren't. These aren't bacon flavored. They're just fruit flavored, and it's fine. So
I'm
Thankfully. Right? Yeah. This could have been so much worse.
I won't lie. That's actually in the running for one of my favorite things we've eaten this entire
Really?
this entire year.
I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but it's not bad. Yeah.
It has the aesthetic visuals of bacon, which is very pleasing, but not the taste of not bacon, which always brings it right back down. Like, if
Yeah.
you're not going to be bacon, don't be bacon.
I love that everybody voted for ultimately the same item. It just split into two different camps.
I'm very disappointed in you all. The mystery box hath provided for so many years, and yet...
Can you imagine if there was gummy bacon in the mystery box? It's just been sitting there patiently this whole time.
I unfortunately have not made it to Five Below in a while. I make it a point not to go in there during the month of May because then I'm usually like, well, it's for the kids, like, and then I wind up taking out a second mortgage on stuff from Five Below because it is $5 or below, but it's still $5 1,000 times.
Not entirely. There's some head and beyond stuff.
What a great second business they should open. 10 and beyond, and make sure they play that in perpetuity as you walk around the store.
Wow. Nope.
So, where it wasn't bacon, it is a wonderful occasion, and we have some really cool clips and really cool things to share with you all. I know Boder and I haven't really discussed what we're up to, but I know you chatted a little bit about what's coming on your schedule.
Yep.
I'm super stoked for what I have on my schedule coming up, but I know this Thursday is actually Caladrius members Love Alex's birthday, and he is going to be doing a stream later where we're going to be playing some party games all together, and he did have an Amuga stream last night, which was hilarious. I unfortunately wasn't able to play because it was my wife's birthday, and we were doing a lot of things with that.
Hooray for May birthdays!
But it was awesome to see and great to see the groups hanging out and crushing it so hard for St. Jude's. I know Brew Nerd always has something on the burner, as many of our teammates do. But just shouting out the folks that have been in chatting with us, meow. But Steve, would you care to air some clips from Team Caladrius's Play Live campaigns this week?
Yes, I do care very deeply.
All right.
And if you can let us know who we're going to be watching as it comes up.
The first one is Brew Nerd, is it not?
Yeah. First one's Bruner.
Lego 2K Drive, now supporting St. Jude Children's Hospital. Steve getting the sound work.
I'm not trying to realize that.
That was the most alarming thing, by the way, to have that start playing in my headset while I was lurking, where I literally was like, every time, and it happened a lot. People were being awesome and supporting Brew Nerd.
That's amazing. I love it. I love having that built into. I love him having that built into the stream like that, like the things that people do.
And the light in the background.
Yeah,
Just, let poor Brew's wife play the Nancy Drew game. It's honestly a lot of fun to watch. Not something I would play myself, but seeing the two of them, the banter back and forth while it's played, things like that, a great time.
love for the kids.
Love it. Steve, would you mind airing the next clip?
It's not safe.
Trucks are meant to be driven forward. Who'd have thought?
Oh. Yeah.
Boater's
Wild.
feat of
Okay,
excellence.
Oh, okay.
Which makes up
But
for
now we've
That's the
found
barrier.
something
Oh god, I can't see how sharp a turn this
over
is.
a car
Oh, it's
earlier
very
in the
sharp.
stream.
Okay, here we go. It was a great.
And
I was
also
gonna say,
outlaw
morning of
trucking
American
in
Truck
general
Simulator.
I was
it's
very
just
surprised
not
that
worth
when I
the
saw that
easiest.
because you're usually very careful with your driving and things like that, but then just to see the trailer just
Look, the cops are in on this. They know. They
there
know.
we
Well,
go.
that was
Chat,
if,
and they were talking about
it's
GPS directions
not
being
safe.
ill-timed, and the turn right now, and I was like, oh, is it our exit? Wait, no, it's not. And my back
Yeah.
trailer went.
Wild.
Okay, hold on. And then this was later on where someone
Like,
donated
now
to make
we
a stripe
find
afterbear.
the
Oh
big
god, I can't
we
see how
did
sharp a turn this
very
is.
well
it's
at
very
that. I
Okay.
was very proud
Here
of
we
just
go.
taking this exit ramp.
Amazing.
And also outlaw trucking
Yeah, so
in general
thank you,
stated
Kevin,
it's
for
just
that
not
donation
worth
to make
the
me do that.
PTSD.
Very cool. Next clip, Steve. This one from last night's Amuga stream.
Ooh.
With Love Alec and the crew.
Look at my little Whoa.
You gotta love these
Why are
games.
you
Whoa,
standing
what
on this
happened?
body?
It's been so long since I've played Among Us.
Why are
We
you
all just
why
kind
are
of
you
got there.
standing-
Yep.
We all got
By
there
the
at
way,
the same time.
this death happened like
And I dead.
moments
Yeah.
after the game started. So Alec, the host of the stream, was sitting very quietly at the start of the game. Wild stuff, and also ridiculously how good a lot of the communities are at this game and getting away with what was very clearly them blatantly murdering
There
somebody and
can
then
be
being like,
only one.
it was the dog.
I have been avenged!
I'm quite good at that kind of bluffing. That is, what are my tells? Alright, I'll make sure that they're on show all the time now.
Whoa.
Next clip, Steve.
Come on. I'm stuck. Yeah, stuck on a mushroom. Jesus Christ.
me all the afternoon so
I swear to God, if you land and die, congrats.
Let me. Come on. I'm stuck.
Oh,
Stuck on a mushroom.
Steve is talking, I don't understand.
I got.
Thank
what
you,
you're saying.
Steve.
I swear to God, if
speak
you land and die,
Millennium.
congrats.
Let me. Come on. I'm
That
stuck.
was wicked coolio of you, Steve.
Stuck on
We
a mushroom.
were mad props for life. Word up.
swear to God,
But
if you
speaking of
land
up,
Congrats.
there are
I'm
very
stuck.
few
Stuck on a
skills in life that require you to be able to do 800 things all at once. And
swear to God, if you land
Rafe
and
Wolf
die,
manages to take that skill and just have it in spades, in multiplicative, because
Mushroom.
The amount
doing a raid and then running a raid and streaming a raid all at the same
swear to God,
time,
if you land and die,
and running a guild,
Congrats.
erstwhile doing all these things.
I'm stuck.
Really impressive to watch, really impressive to hear, really impressive to see. Don't take my word for it. Tune in.
swear to God, if
It's
you land
really
and die.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not into World of Warcraft, even if a lot of the skill trees or what's happening on screen doesn't necessarily translate immediately,
I swear to
give
God,
it a
if you
minute,
land and
let
die,
it bake in, and take in a lot of it. Or, to be honest, just ask Jen.
I'm stuck.
Yeah,
She's very good at explaining a lot of things because I've asked a lot of basic WoW questions.
I swear to God,
Yeah,
if
like
you land
if
and
chat
die,
isn't active and you ask a
Congrats.
question, it might take her a couple moments to realize it's there because she is focused on reading the
mushroom.
raid. She will notice. She will be happy to talk about it as much as she has the spare brain power to do so,
swear
which
to
is
God, if you land and
surprisingly
die,
often.
And or the
That
excellent
sounded
guild.
insulting. It wasn't supposed to be. It's the fact that like she can do all that and still have time to like educate about
Yes.
everything going on is astounding.
That and the excellent
swear to
members
God, if
of
you
her
land and
guild
die,
are always so
congrats.
patient with the many times where I'm like, is this good or bad? Is this good? Are we winning? Are we losing? What's happening?
Yeah, are we winning? Are we losing?
What am I?
don't understand.
What am I seeing? I don't understand. There's so many debuffs.
What am I looking at?
There's so many debuffs
What
right now.
pixel should I be focusing on?
I'm not smart enough for World of Warcraft, but there's so many excellent people out there who are, and I envy you guys because
I
it's
swear to God, if
amazing
you
to
land and
see.
die, Congrats.
And on to our next clip,
I'm
Steve.
stuck.
Ooh.
This is
Even if I
actually
lose
me
this, I actually
playing
really
on
enjoy
Alex stream
this
on last
mode
Thursday.
and style.
And this is the final level.
'cause this is
I was
cool.
ahead the entire time, and then ate it.
And then the guy
This is
fell.
so cool.
Huh. Interesting how that works.
I have never seen
Oh my God!
before.
Dave!
But
Little
just
bit of
like
trouble.
everything else, for the kids,
You did it!
we got the win.
Yeah,
You did it!
buddy.
Because you gotta. For Team Christmas
You got
Sprinkles,
the
a
dub.
long-standing Weekend Wednesday group meme joke, but also for the kids.
Now there's a bar.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
our
so St.
last,
Jude's as a
I
whole
think it's
has
our
raised
last
over $1
clip.
million as of like,
And in the dance.
I
I have I have fun sunglasses for you to wear. You can wear the Bro Dave shades. Would any of you guys like to wear some?
So many
some
of you
extra
folks who
sunglasses
donated.
and join in
This
on
was a pie in
the
the sky
dance?
stream idea that I had. A blind taste test, and Steve took this very seriously.
Come back here.
Do the dance!
We're doing the
15
dance,
courses.
Steve.
15 courses, which I ate without the aid of sight.
so good.
And so folks were amazing, and Insane Games' own Paul helped us push past the $1,000 mark. And
We're doing
so,
the dance. We're doing
like so
the
many
dance.
things,
Which one of these pairs of
we
sunglasses do you
did
want to wear?
The dance, and I was able to get Steve in on it. Of course, my ancient ass. And
dance.
Nightwing
Actually, and you know
himself,
what? I'm going to wear
collaborator
one of the
with
nerdy
Insane
awards
Games
along
TV
with
and all of my streaming
glasses.
endeavors.
So
I also
this was
wore
a dance
one of the nerdy
popularized in
awards
Fortnite.
while
I
celebrating
practiced it
our
never.
breaking of the $1,000.
Knock the guitars over. That's fine. But this is for the $1,000
This is the
raised.
clip you went with.
Thank you so much,
The
everybody.
dance.
We are going to continue
So,
incentives forward because now every $100 a new stream is going to be unlocked. More fun, more adventures. But for now, this is what you donated for, and this is
So
what you
flip
wanted.
audio's a
This
little
is the
loud,
thing.
talking over
This
Dave,
is
but-
what happens
Okay.
when
This
you
is-
support
this is
St.
the
Jude's
purpose.
Play
This
Live.
is what you're
the
seeing.
boys have
This
to
is what you
dance,
donated
and the
for.
dance, and I
This
didn't
is what
start a
you
timer,
like.
so we're just going to do it till one of us
Don't lie to
gets us
yourselves and everyone at home.
This is.
I
this is
like
the
we have
best floss I think
coordination
I've done
of
so
good,
far.
better, best.
Wow, Steve knows how to
From
do
right
the
to left,
floss.
left to right,
Steve
left to
just
right.
showed up.
Okay, good. I can do my. I can.
I just like that Nightwing did not talk to him about having to do this, but was so Mike, on
can
board
you count us down
to
from
just
30?
do it for the kids. Just put the
Yeah.
Bro Dave sunglasses on, got up, and did the dance.
Yeah.
Also, the fun fact that Steve knows how to floss, I very clearly don't, and Nightwing very clearly may have never even seen the floss before. Like, but look at this, Steve. He's like, I have to windmill, move over.
It's been such a solid week for the team.
So, Steve, can you cut back to camera so we can, because it was... Steve's dental health is impeccable! Oh, yes.
Steve the Floss Master.
Yes.
Oh my
It's
god.
incredible. It's flattering. And starting next week, we are going to have the Team Caladrius total right down below.
Yep.
I just have been very busy here at the store when I come in. Steve's been having an arm and a leg, and certainly Team Caladrius didn't wait until 8 hours before the stream happened when I made a post asking for them earlier in the week and nobody answered. But I will ping you people.
It's fine. We love you, Dave.
But it's going to be amazing, and I look forward to seeing, because we still have 2 weeks of fundraising for St. Jude Children's Hospital. That
There's still
$2
15
million,
days.
that $2 million is well within reach, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's and like in addition to the amount raised, it's clear that everybody's been having so much fun this week, and we didn't ask this week like what people are looking forward to as much in the next 7 days.
I did actually ask that in the post and got response.
Dave, you can't ask 2 things of people at once.
Oh, yes, I can, because I asked 3, and I got an answer to 1 of the 3, which is better
Exactly.
than usual.
Fair.
But 2 weeks left to shave the beard or save the beard at Brew Nerd, by the way. More like Rigor Mortis asking an excellent question. I'm really excited for it. What's the story behind the name Team Caladrius?
The team name of Caladrius is one that came up a couple of years ago when we were trying to figure out a new, more inclusive identity rather than just our dumb faces, our dumb names.
Well, specifically, Damn Bugs was the name of the team because it was Boater Bug and DAM314. Damn Bugs, it made sense.
Yeah,
it worked.
It worked for a few years, but then a couple years ago, 2021, people, like a lot of people joined in. It started growing, and so last year we kind of rebranded it. And Caladrius is a mythical bird that would absorb the sickness from those who are ill, thus curing them, and then fly up into the sky where the sun burns away the sickness. There is, I'm sure, more to it than that, but that was my main takeaway, and it just, when when voting was kind of going, well, I kind of like this, I kind of like that, whatever, found that, and everyone was like, oh, I like that. And it just kind of, it fits for the theme of what we do. And then Sustaina made some awesome art for it, made our mascot Callie. It's
What's the name of the mascot?
Callie, Caly. Like Caladrius, Callie.
Just been calling it Bird.
Bird.
You there, Bird!
Look at that bird doing.
Why do you make me eat terrible foods, Bird?
Yeah, so that's the background on Caladrius. I'm on the line of age where it's barely cringe for flossing. Writing down tattoo ideas. Ooh.
Actually, I will say in the future, if I'm able to get some corporate donation matches and things like that, where I feel I could get anywhere close to having a $5,000 donation goal, I am going to be putting my skin where my fundraising is. I have many friends who do tattoos. I have many friends who are artists, and I have a blank canvas that I wander around with all my life. Why not have people donate and use those donations to vote on what of the 10 different options for tattoos that I'm going to have, and be able to choose, and then me stream potentially or just share a lot of pictures of the tattoo progress, depending on if I bleed or not, because really don't want to violate Twitch TOS just because my personage things. But this was something, I won't lie, that's a plan that I've had in the fundraiser book for a couple of years, but just don't want to. I haven't had a tattoo yet in my lifetime, and if it's going to be my first one, I don't want it to be something errant or something.
You want it to be deliberate. You don't want to rush in and be like, oh yeah, sure, I guess we'll do this. Yeah, it needs to have solidity, I guess, behind it.
I want people to be happy with it because it's permanent. It's not going away.
Well, cheese grater.
I mean, my students do a really good job of stuff like that. That's, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but that is 8 months. And it's still right there, and kids still poke it, and
I've bled a little on all my tattoos. Maybe stream your face/reactions. Or pre-record it. And then, edit
Dave's
it,
not going to
and then
rush
stream
into a butterfly ankle tattoo. I mean, I'll rush into one of those. I'll get those on a size monarch, like actual size monarch. But no, I don't think I'll be. Sorry to be now discussing this one thing,
this is fine. This is fine.
If I am going to get a tattoo, it is probably either going to be legs. I have a couple ideas for one that's right here, because I like the allusion to the fact that in life I do wear my heart on my sleeve, and I am very passionate about things I'm passionate about, and people have been on both sides of that reaction. But I won't lie, boy, am I going to be really upset if I get the Kana Godzilla letters written down the back of my leg. Be really broken up about that for the rest of my life. Be super upset when people go, what does that say? And I go, Godzilla, I'm a really big fan. Why are you running away?
No, what does that say? It says soup of the day in some foreign language you can't read.
Oh, that's why I'm going to have friends of mine who I can willingly then go to their house and go, fix it, fix it, fix it! Like, it says miso soup! Although, also wouldn't be too mad about that. But, soup du jour. Love it. But yeah, by the way, you can help Boater and I's campaigns and Team Caladrius as a whole with those links that are in chat above. Boater's is above, mine is below. Do consider donating. There are so many incentives and things like that to go around on so many streams.
And if you follow us or anybody on the team, you can get notifications when people go live.
Follow the team.
Follow the team. And you can say, you know what, I'll decide to put a donation to so-and-so. We were talking a little bit ahead of time. Misty has not been able to stream yet this month. But she and I are going to be playing Plate Up on Sunday. So
classic brunch with Boater
it'll
game.
It'll be our second Plate Up of the season, and this time we'll probably be doing that. At least I at least will take that pledge of however far we get. We make a donation, and we'll do it into her campaign this time around. So
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing all of the potentia and things like that. Boater, if you don't mind, I'm going to go into that little rant that I posted in the Team Caladrius page.
Oh, do it.
For all of you folks, if you're on Team Caladrius, even if you're not fundraising for St. Jude Children's Hospital, a lot of folks this past weekend, I got a little bit of a hair when I heard people start downplaying what they're doing or start casting down upon the efforts that they are making. What you do is critically important to you, to the people around you, and to just society as a whole, whether you see the impact or not. Do not let that little voice in your head that says, but, take over that moment for you, and certainly do not cast aspersions upon your own work because somebody else is finding a different kind of success than you are. It's infuriating when so many talented people choose to hide their own work because they let that little voice in their head rule over what they're doing. You're doing amazing. And what you're doing is important, and we're pointing again this week because it's important. The point! Another t-shirt idea. Instead of Uncle Sam, it's just Dan, the point. Insane Games TV.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Thank you. Please, I've had years of these. No, but
it's the kind of thing that when fundraising, I say to viewers that whatever you can pitch in matters. If it's $3, if it's saying I'm not gonna get Starbucks and I'm gonna put on Monday and I'm gonna put that in instead. If it's if it's $10, $15, one of the things we have is a sheet that says how much that gets. But if you as a streamer are raising only $15 or raising only $40, whatever, and you look at other people that are finding other numbers, it doesn't matter because in the end, we talked about St. Jude Play Live in general has gone over 1.2 million at this point. And everything that happens only makes that number go up. And maybe some people are out here funding rounds upon rounds of chemotherapy, and you're over here funding toys for a playroom. That's important. Like from Summit, it's and having read about it, heard about it, etc. like that. But another thing at Summit, if your fundraising total is only funding toys for the playroom.
Don't say only.
Yeah,
you've already raised $24. You've already gotten a $10 donation.
Yeah.
It's all incredible.
It's still doing something that is quality of life, that is so valuable and important. Like, honestly, like, as far as what the kids there, I think the kids enjoy the playroom full of toys more than they enjoy the chemo. Like, that's kind of a no-brainer. So if you're raising the amounts for a playroom full of toys, that's awesome!
So to give you an idea, Boater, have you or I have never raised $242,000 in one campaign, have we?
I have not. No.
So have we quit? Have we just packed it in just because we didn't get the most numbers?
Nope.
Because we didn't get the top of the charts? Because we didn't get the most clicks? Because we didn't get the most... You're doing amazing.
Your poor phone.
Stop letting yourself...
Imposter syndrome is really hard to fight. Like, I get that. When Faith looked out at all of us wearing purple hoodies and said, I wouldn't be here if not for what you do, I went, oh, no. And I had to fight that. No matter, like, people in that room had all sorts of different numbers coming up on the celebration station. High numbers, low numbers, 3 digits, 6 digits, or more, thanks, Dr. Lupo. Like, all of those numbers came up, but all of us were doing the thing together. All of us in that room.
And all of you as well.
Thank you.
More so than just the people at Summit, because we got to go to represent so many other communities, so many other cultures, and so many people. $1 raised is $1 against cancer.
Yeah.
And isn't that the best?
So
I'll break my phone to prove a point. I will. And if my students haven't broken it, I certainly won't.
I was going to say, don't break your phone.
Goes back into, folks, if you're ever really having that much of a doubt about what you're doing and things like that, please feel free to message me. I will gladly give you a different and honest perspective on what you're doing, because there's probably about 1 million good things that you're doing and you don't see it because, like so many other things, you're not your type for a lot of things. Be it in whatever form and function that statement comes to you, you're not your type. So of course you look at your artwork and think, there's better out there. Well, good. Get yours is good there. You look at your fundraising and think, well, it could be better. Great. What could it be? Write it down. Get at it.
Getting discouraged from fundraising, from streaming, whatever, is like, it can happen if you're out there comparing numbers. Getting discouraged can happen.
And quit doing that.
But that's the worst thing, because getting discouraged means that number stops going up. The number goes up when you keep at it. You're like, and I hate to be like, that line goes up. No, in this case, it matters. The only way is if you get out there and, you push the link on friends and family, you stream out there. I have a couple of regular viewers, and that's it. But that's fine, because I value the time that I spend with them and hang out with them during streams.
But a couple years ago, did you have a couple regular viewers?
Yes, but a couple years
Did you have
before
a couple
that,
years
no.
before that?
No.
Oh, wow. So you kept working at it, and now you have a community. You have these things. By the way, if you see someone who has bigger numbers than you, or things like that, in whatever metric you're using to compare, look at what they're doing. Ask them. What successes are you finding with these things?
Yeah.
Because the people that it matters to will share the secret sauce that they have. And 90% of it's going to be, I put the work in, but if it's this or that, if I tried this, I work for this company and they were able to match donations. I really wanted to get off the ground doing my own writing, and I found successes posting on this Reddit thread, or I asked these people, or I went to my local bookstore. Whatever your passion is, don't cast down on it, because what you're doing is taking something that's just starting, taking something that's going on, and you're telling people, don't watch this, I don't like it, and you shouldn't either. That's bad selling of your own work. You have to be your biggest proponent, and you have to believe in what you're doing. Otherwise, why do it? Stop downcasting on yourselves, and join us here every week on Nerd Glasses for more furrowed brow lectures from your favorite straight crazy uncles.
About how awesome you are.
Because you're amazing! In every way!
Also
Words can
lectures
bring
on other stuff. But if we keep talking about this, maybe Dave will forget about the tinfoil.
Oh, no, I won't, because there's some big news coming from that, and you keep bringing it up, which means it's gonna get just ever closer. So, any news that you're looking forward to? Any events that have happened, Stomps?
Well, Steam a while ago kind of caught a lot of hot water because of the auction house for Counter-Strike Go skins.
Yes.
And they've since been found, not liable for stuff that was going on off-platform, because technically the actual trading of skins was happening elsewhere, but their cash marketplace for it was still a big factor of it. So as part of their pre-existing ban on commercial activity, the code of conduct has been updated to expressly forbid gambling on platform, with anything that exists on platform, etc. Not a whole lot to add to that. It's something that has been a little bit of a long time coming. It's interesting because Twitch banned gambling on its network last year.
Yeah.
And then Kick is like, yo, you can do it over here.
What?
Stop it. And so Steam has explicitly banned gambling, so I'm just waiting for Epic Game Store to be like, oh, you can gamble here, because that's kind of how they operate. Steam says no NFT games, and Epic's like, come on, bring your NFT games.
So Steve, if we decide here at Insane Games to open a casino, Epic Games will definitely open their own bigger, grander casino. They will. Just mark my words.
I thought you were going to say go on to Kick, but then I'd shoot you.
No, if I'm streaming on Kick, something irreparably bad has happened in my life.
I
but
feel
anyway.
like Bro Dave would have a Kick account.
No, Bro Dave has standards. Bro Dave supports for St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
Bro Dave is wondering why OBS keeps kicking back an error when he tries to stream out to Mixer.
Yeah, Bro Dave loved Mixer.
Anyway, Dave, did you hear me mention NFT games?
Yes.
Would you like to hear an update on an NFT game?
No, but I would be curious hearing about a failed NFT game.
Well, then you probably heard about the same one then. Mecha Fight Club. It got $40 million of funding last year. This year, so hold on, Mecha Fight Club is cockfighting with robot roosters. And the NFT collectibles are you get your rooster and then you fight in the game. And the actual gameplay, of course, was awful because NFT games are never about the actual gameplay. And the creators announced that they are going to shut down the game. Indefinite hibernation. They're shutting down the game. And you won't guess what these people who raised $40 million to make a game and are not delivering the game anymore are now planning on doing. Dave, what do you think?
Giving the money back?
No. What do you think that these people who got involved in the grift of NFTs and blockchain garbage are doing now?
Going to prison!
I wish. The first rule of Mecha Fight Club is not talk about Mecha Fight Club. I don't think they're declaring bankruptcy because they still have plenty of money. What are they going to do with it? What tech bro grift is out there now that everyone is so excited about?
Giving to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
They should. If you have crypto, you can donate it. You can do that.
Bros against cancer. Come on. Get on board for the big dub, people.
They're pivoting to AI. What does that mean? Who knows? But it's the current tech bro buzzword.
What? But what? They're gonna make the dumbest AI ever! Because if they potato themselves into making NFTs, they're certainly gonna make some really bad... It's gonna be like Siri that first week where they let it AI learn from everybody and it unlearned half the English language and then got really crass with people really fast. That's gonna be what they make. That's what it's gonna be.
At least nobody else in the gaming realm is doing anything with NFTs. Oh wait! Ubisoft!
And Square Enix. They haven't done anything yet. But
Ubisoft is going to be selling a digital soul NFT that you can then customize as an assassin kind of thing and then get a physical collectible of that 3D printed in a vinyl cube, which itself looks cool, but why the... It doesn't have anything to do with NFTs. It looks like a collectible that should be there, and maybe you get a little digital character. But no, they got to make it an NFT as well.
Well, yes.
Ubisoft!
Because NFTs aren't selling anymore because no one's falling for the grift. So now instead of just selling a deluxe edition or a deluxe thing of, they have to put it as NFT to make people who have already paid into that think that it's continued.
You have to get this digital soul NFT and then do your garbage and then you get a physical collector. Just sell. Those cubes look cool. They're like an assassin character in a vinyl. Just sell that. Those sell like gangbusters.
AI against cancer. Oh yeah, the bros will be going wild. They'll be throwing their NFTs in a different folder. No, excuse me, a different crypto wallet. I can't believe I know about this stuff. My brain hurts. You know what?
Do you have something that's not blockchain related for us, Dave?
I do.
Good.
So, this past weekend, Activision Blizzard said and did a lot of things, but the positive first. This weekend was the Diablo 4 Server Slam, and it was...
Slamming.
Amazing. It was a good time. It was very much not like the Diablo 3 experience, where you had Error 37 just everywhere, all the time. You get an Error 37, and you get an Error 37, and you'll connect in 4.5 hours at an Error 37. Much love, Tom, and good night, my friend. So they wanted people to be able to play so that they could understand the new mechanics that are coming into the game. They wanted players to engage with the product, and they wanted to not continue to repeat the mistakes of every single new game launch that they've had in the last 10 years. Where the game launches, it's a full game. It's not like, oh, well, we're going to fix bugs. No, just the servers can't handle the people on release. I really was excited about it. I was elated and then a little bit sad that Steve joined me in playing, and then subsequently joined so late that I was already like close to 20, and we were doing an end level boss thing. So I'm very sorry, Steve.
I did beat that quest that you and Sustaino were on with the scholars. And...
Wait, the campaign thing.
One of the campaign things where you like go into the scholar.
Yes, you finished that whole loop.
I think so.
Did you get to level 20?
No, I didn't.
Okay. If you finish the loop, I'm pretty sure there's a in-game reward for Diablo 4 later. Managed to take down the raid boss with 28 seconds to spare. I was really fortunate enough where Sustaina brought my level 16 keister into that raid, and I got a very much World of Warcraft unpacking of these are the boss's behaviors. These are the attacks to look out for. This is what's going to happen when the attacks happen. Here's what you should be doing while the attacks happen. And I won't lie, I did my Star Trekiest to just throw myself around like everything was happening. And here we were going, whoa, 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 and we beat it. With actually a couple minutes to spare, I won't lie.
Good.
It became my job actually just to run around and pick up the people who were actually doing like a lot of damage. I was a red shirt, and it was totally fine. The people in the raid, by the way, very nice about it, and they would pick me up even though they really didn't need to, because all I was doing was picking people up, which I found out in a raid is a very important person to have. So it was really a lot of fun. And I look forward to that mechanic being in a Diablo game in the future. Random people were in an area, a timer got to 0, the area was closed. The area wasn't even closed off. You could leave if you wanted to, but you couldn't come back in. And you all got to play randomly together as these random folks. Amazing. Really good job. And so... in that regard, we're going to compliment Sandwich this in regards to Steve, the graphic, please.
The Overwatch one?
Oh, yes. Oh, the very same. You mean the Overwatch 2 graphic, Steve.
The Overwatch one, yeah.
So, they released a road... Is the microphone on this scene?
Yes.
Excellent. They released a roadmap for the next couple of seasons, which is usually a good thing because it proves that your game is going to continue on and things like that. Season 5, we're getting another limited time event. We're getting something called Mischief and Magic. Don't know what it is. Sounds great. The summer games are returning, which is going to be awesome, which means Lucio Ball. And the cinematic reveal, which started to cast upon something that I got really worried about. And Season 6, we're going to have a new support hero, which is going to be awesome because there's not enough of those. And I'm getting really tired of people telling me they need healing. And there's going to be Flashpoint, which is another event, and more hero mastery. But then they added story missions in Season 6. But they were supposed to add story missions and cinematic reveals to Overwatch 2, the PvE game that they were working on, that they announced in 2019. We were supposed to get more stuff like that when Papa Jeff promised us at a BlizzCon in a big presentation. But now it appears that since Papa Jeff has left, we have been forsaken. The PvE version of Overwatch 2 that was going to be at the whatever current premium dollar amount a new game would be seems to have been quietly canceled. And they're just going to parse out the pieces of it into the current freemium model that they are doing.
Ouch.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my Overwatch experience is once again cast into a color that can only be described as a Bobby Kotick green. Also, very confusingly, next to Boater's Head in Nerd Vision, they put what's on for Season 7, and they included things like, a new control map, new collaboration, limited time mode, cinematic debut, and all the way on the bottom, they just have the words Sombra rework. What? That's a big event coming in Season 7? You are going to make a lot of players very angry, and you've already made me very disappointed, and shame on you, Bobby Kotick. Shame!
Oh, I'm glad that my eye line matched up when I did that, and it actually matched up with what I was looking at. Good.
Speaking of Babu and Babonium, remember how we were talking about, Steve, could we go back to full cam, please? I don't want to look at that roadmaps no more!
But Dave, the story missions, they're
Yes,
coming.
They are coming, and I'm very excited for that because I want more Reinhardt content. And they will have to make more Zenyatta content. Just because you joke now that you don't make any Zenyatta content doesn't count as making Zenyatta content. But
Jokes are content.
that's true. But tell that to the people who don't watch the Weekend Wednesday. We are still looking forward to the Microsoft Activision Blizzard King acquisition because if everyone remembers, a certain investigative body looked into it and said, no, we don't think this is advisable because of what was it that they denied?
Some regulatory agency in the UK said that it would be anti-competitive in cloud gaming.
Cloud gaming. Anyone in chat? Cloud game primarily. Your console is your router.
I mean, I don't want to poo-poo cloud gaming. It is.
No, but I
want
to meet somebody because I know nobody who it is. Like I don't even know one person.
Well, I mean, most of the people that we hang out with are people that are happy to have games on their PC or on their console.
Exactly.
So like it's just a different market, I think, that would be mostly doing cloud gaming. Dudicrus has done a little bit of PS Remote Play. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I've done or I'm terribly into doing. Again, like offloading all the processing elsewhere and hoping the lag is manageable enough. But
so I'm just looking forward to. So basically, what ended up happening was the investigative board said we don't approve this. Well, that is a separate body from the actual EU government.
UK and EU are very different.
Yes. Well,
there was a big thing about that 7 years ago, Dave.
I know there was a big thing, but I live in the good old US of A and don't know the difference. But
the UK left the European Union. It was a thing.
It was a thing.
So anyway, the European Union had something to say about this.
Yes, they did, and they slammed the investigative body about their findings, about their conclusions.
Interesting.
And approved the merger.
Okay.
Regardless of the findings and things like that. It was something called Brexit. People got tea and crumpets and they went into another room and they had the tea and crumpets there. I don't know. But they decided to approve it regardless.
Okay.
It's not fully rubber stamped everywhere. The U.S. is still scowling. Bobby Kotick's still pressing his hams against the window and waggling it at New York to see if that'll do anything.
It's like, I wonder if everyone else approved it other than the UK, what exactly that would mean. Because Microsoft has UK offices. They have to. I assume that ABK has some UK offices. Would it just mean that, like, ABK can't have any offices in the UK? It's like, okay, well, everyone else has approved it, so we're going through with it. What does this mean for you? We can't, are we paying a fine? Because that just means it's more expensive, and we're Microsoft. I don't care.
It means that purchases for Microsoft get filed in this box, and the purchases for Activision Blizzard King get filed in this box, in those countries only.
And again, like, if UK is the only one standing in the way of it, it'd be like, so do you want us to close our offices and lose even more jobs from your country?
That's actually kind of the part of the discussion that did happen in regards to both governing bodies talking about this third-party governing body that was elected by those original governing bodies to discuss and investigate this. Politics, they happen. Why is it happening to our video games? Seriously, why? But another step closer to Bobo grabbing his golden parachute.
Dave for that trail of breadcrumbs.
I'd thank you to stop casting aspersions upon my journalism, please. Thank you.
You did know the difference between the UK and the EU.
shown my place. Sega's going to get shown their place really soon because in a financial meeting, they are looking very deeply into turning the 1 or 2 games they churn out a year into a $70 price point game. No reactions on that, but what would you think about getting a $69.99 Sonic game in the future?
I mean, I've watched. I've been watching Game Grumps playing Sonic Frontiers. It looks solid, and it'd be fine with them, adopting. Like the industry's going to $70 AAA games. Sonic aiming to be that kind of AAA makes total sense. A lot of their releases haven't been there, but Frontiers kind of looks like it is, and if they keep up that level of quality.
God, if only. So, Boder, are you ready for the main event topic?
Hey, look at that! It's time to go!
Would you like some tinfoil while we discuss this? While we discuss this news, would you want some, or would you care to hear the truth sans the foil?
I'll take the foil. I will take a little bit of foil.
Is that good, or would you like more?
No, I'll take what you want for yourself and then pass me the box.
Perfect. Steve, I think you need some tinfoil for this one. It's a big news.
I saw it. Alright.
It would have to be really good, says Brew Nerd. I think Sega's gonna have some problems coming to them in the future if they try to make the 1 or 2 titles they make a year to $70 games, unless the entire industry, as we discussed, moves totally into protecting Link from. Everybody at home, buckle in, because it's a big one. It's a real big one. This turned into a message for Steve at a late hour when I spotted it on our good old friend and collaborator Hideo Kojima's Instagram. Steve, the slide, please. What letters are those, everybody at home? What letters are you seeing? What doth thine eyes perceive? That's right. Hideo Kojima tweeting the letters in this exact order, and just these 2 letters, P and T.
Pokemon trainer.
Part-time.
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy. I love it. Everyone's enthusiasm. Things like that. Could it be a reference to playable trailer? Ooh.
So this is on Kojima's Instagram?
Yes, it is.
Interesting. I feel like he wouldn't drop what is essentially the logo for PT. It looked. I don't remember it being that long, but that could just be me. Like that is very much the playable trailer that released for the PS3 and then was completely wiped from the face of the internet.
So Steve did crop out the Hideo Kojima logo. Potty training, all very good.
I do have a second slide.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Well, please extrapolate more Kojima news. Because, of course, he's talking about his friend's film called Poor Things, using the PT logo to represent what's going on. A film starring Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, Willem Dafoe, and Ramsey Youssef in theaters September 8th. Hideo Kojima supporting his friends, collaborators, and so many excellent people.
I'm so done!
What I loved most about it was we actually flipped the slides that they were presented at. It was presented as Poor Things, and then a zoom in on the PT logo.
I like the other way better.
I very much did as well. I am absolutely going to now see this movie. First of all, because Willem Dafoe in any movie, sold. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing if this tease could lead to other things. If we're perhaps warming people up, we're perhaps letting a softball in, we're getting the internet all flurried. We didn't hear the words world premiere boom through society, so I don't think until that day when all of us are working and some sort of angelic world premiere loud echoes across the world, I really don't think we will see anything more of Hideo Kojima's PT.
Summer Games Fest is coming up.
It is. It is. Thank you, Conspiracy Baseball, for bringing this to our attention. And excellent work, team, on helping promote that film. Poor Things in theaters, September 8th. Willem Dafoe, how about Willem Defriend?
On that note, everybody, thank you very much for watching and for following us through that particular rabbit hole. It is amazing how much that man trolls.
His Instagram is just a gift. A gift that doesn't make you keep scrolling because of how horrifying it is.
Because they got me!
He knew good and well when people started clicking it. One of those slides would come up. So either it would be Poor Things or just him associated with the letters PT. Blew up that average post like and interactions. So, Border, what's the next time you're going to be streaming? Where can people see you? What can people see you doing?
I'm going to be over at twitch.tv/Boderbug this Thursday doing the Unlocked Art and Music Therapy stream with the canvas that was sent along from a St. Jude featuring line art from a St. Jude patient. Going to be painting with that. And hanging out with other people doing cool art stuff. And by other people, I mean you folks. I'd love to see what you're working on. Maybe we'll just have like a chill, creative evening. So looking forward to seeing people there. And you?
Tomorrow for the Weekend Wednesday, I am having two of our award-winning cosplay guests on. Ashley is a lot and Magical Lee's cosplays. And we are going to be playing, for the first time, Legend of Zelda Tears of a Kingdom. We are adding a special donation incentive where the two of them, in their cosplays of Link and Zelda respectively, or myself, will be smashing pots for donations. Or doing random things in the game, whatever you choose. Mm-hmm. And I'm really looking forward to that one coming up and in the pipe.
That's awesome.
Steve, looking forward to hearing about your 2K game experience very soon. But definitely make sure to check on all of the members of Team Caladrius and anyone by searching the St. Jude's Play Live tag on any social media platform. And get in on the fun, get on the excellence. The end of May is not near, but it's getting closer. And we are doing so amazing. I cannot wait to see the excellence that continues to grow from everyone's efforts.
Yeah, I have nothing to add. It's really rewarding watching, getting where we are and seeing everyone having such a great time with it and doing so awesome. So thank you, everybody. And I look forward to even more awesome updates that we get to share with everybody next week. So keep crushing it. In the meantime, you know where to catch us. You catch us back here next week. And by all means, everybody make sure that you're following the members of Caladrius and popping in on those streams and helping out. But until next week, when we're right back here for Nerd Glasses, I've been Boner.
I've been Dave Mann.
And that's been Steve, right? Steve! All right. Good night, everybody!